Hey, what's up everybody? Welcome back to another Reverse 1999 set of reactions. Today we're going to be getting to two, The Prisoner in the Cave and Debate Battle. I do not believe these have anything to do with each other, but maybe they do. I know they're from the same, part of the game, but I don't know if the themes themselves are related. When Aaliyah requested these, they didn't really specify anything with that, so I'm going to go in with the assumption that there's nothing related to them and just take them both individually, but I guess I'll have to listen to both anyway. So without further ado, let's go! Ooh. Jumping right in. Somebody did reply to the comment requesting these, saying these were ethereal, which is a good word. It gives me an idea of what they'll sound like, and it's already kind of given me that, so. Ooh. It's a really low resonance on that bass. Oh my God. This is gorgeous. The mix is fantastic already. I'm sure we all know by now how much I love panning. And there's plenty of that already too. Placing things in just slightly off skew areas. It's so nice. Love that, I don't know if it's an instrument or just straight up tapping on some metal, but that's a really nice texture in there. See that? It almost sounds like a handpan. It might be. It might just be tapping on a handpan. You get that resonance in there, but it really could just be any thin sheet of metal. So, oh man, gorgeous. Way too short, but absolutely fantastic song. Layering is the name of the game for this song. There are so many layers in this song. There's even a vocal layer, it must be the producer or something, that's this that's underneath everything else on a rhythmic pattern. And that's in there basically the whole time for the rest of the song, even when there's other choir elements in there, when there's other vocals going on, that's still in there. They're just treating it as a percussion instrument. And that's really cool given how many other intricate little percussive things are going on. I obviously mentioned that one that sounded like something it's almost like rain hitting a handpan. It's so soft and it easily could be played with just fingers on a metal surface. Obviously, I'm not sure if that's a handpan, but it definitely would not surprise me. Those are beautiful instruments and they have such a beautiful, unique shine to them. It has this really aggressive transient sound to it. And if you don't know what transients are, it's basically that very initial sound that anything makes. It could be a guitar pluck, that initial sound of any waveform, basically. It's that punch right at the beginning. It's also known as the attack for those who would prefer to call it that. And those have a very, very distinct transient to me, and especially with how they fade out too. The decay on them is super hollow and it's just got a beautiful echoey sound. So that's what it feels like, but it could be imitated in any number of ways. So I'm not going to say that it's a handpan in truth because I don't really know, but I would definitely put my money on it if I had to guess. But there's a bunch of layers like that in here, mostly percussive, the goal of them being percussive and to layer on that extra sound. And what's so nice about that is the mix. Like I said, beautiful mix right up front, great balance of the lows and highs here. That shininess I was talking about is definitely in there. There's a lot of thinner frequencies that are very well balanced. They're not too aggressive. They're not stinging and biting into my ears. They're very nicely shaven off the top. So you get this really smooth line on the high end, but then also the bass has such a beefy resonance to it. The sampled softness of the bass they used here, amazing. Just, it didn't hit too hard. It wasn't too plucky. It was just there. It rolled off very nicely, and it was balancing perfectly with that high end, really, really clean, and with the panning and everything being kind of around your head. Every element had its own place in the mix here. That makes everything feel a lot wider. It also balances things in the mid-range, so you're not getting all that muddiness that happens when you don't pan stuff. Just really, 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 really good production here all around. Fantastic work. The melody was beautiful. It was subtle. It was soft. It's like walking down the street of a city of ruins, you know? It's like the city might be ruined, it might be tired, it might be used, but the energy is still there. The echoes of the past are there, and you're just experiencing all of that. So this song is just gorgeous for that alone. There was also something about this song that was making me think there's more to this, because there were so many layers to it that makes me think that they were very intricately woven for some reason, almost to a mathematical degree. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some, like, there wasn't time signatures or anything like that would usually be the signifier for, ooh, they're trying to get a little bit mathy with their music, because math rock is a thing. It's a whole genre where you just try to stack on as many confusing time signatures and changes as you can. Whereas this one, it feels more like there is a structure to it that is still in a standard time, but there's also a flow to it that feels very calculated and moving. It's very flowing and churning. It's never stopping. There's just this constant thing. I don't think it's something like there was a Fibonacci sequence in a Genshin song forever ago, and I don't really remember what song that was, but I don't think it's that either. I don't think this is the Fibonacci sequence, because it doesn't have that like cyclical feeling, but it does have that churning energy, so it might be something similar. It's basically, in a way, it could be kind of like a code, you know, like code is very matter of fact and layered and usually very literal. It's binary a lot of the time. It's like you have to do this to do this to do this to do this, and it's just reading off what it is, and if something's wrong in there, nothing will work. So that's what this feels like. I feel like this song has something that's a lot more grounded in that. So I'm not sure if there is something mathematical about this song, but it definitely has this energy that is so constant and consistent and just unending, unrelenting. It's just going, and nothing about this song ever made me think, oh, we're slowing down. It didn't really change, and sure, it was short. There wasn't a lot of time to like change the song into a chorus versus a verse, something like that. It was a very short track, so pretty much all of what you get is what's here. But there's still this constant energy to it, and I can't figure out exactly why. There must be something deeper into that. That's the sort of thing where I get the energy and feel out of it, but I can't really pinpoint why it's happening either. But I've been yapping about this one way too long. I still have to get to debate battle, so I'm going to be doing that next, so let's go! Oh. Okay, they must be related then, because we got some of the same instruments already. Same composer, probably, but I mean, we got this character here too, so. Love the use of talking drums too. Whoop, that little dip. Oh, I love it. What is that instrument? Some sort of chime. I don't think it's bells. It sounds too hollow for that. It must be something chambered. This is a really, really cool sound. I love this. That little, that in there, that little like, it sounds like a ball, like a little metal ball landing. What are you doing? That was the jazz lick. That's the lick. I wonder if that was intentional. That's cheeky. This entire song's melody is just the lick, the jazz lick. Ooh-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. Super subtle, like cymbals in there. It almost sounds like white noise. We're getting some strings involved. Oh, strings right before the end too. Stuttering. Ooh. That at the end did sound like, I don't think that was a handpan. That might have been a tongue drum. Very similar, but tongue drums are usually out of wood, not metal like a handpan, and that had more of like a hollow wood sound. Sorry, I'm getting way into this way too soon. So not too much to say about the melody of this one. Like I said, it was the jazz lick, the boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. It's a fucking meme at this point, so I'm not gonna really focus on that. I do wonder if it was intentional, like a little cheeky plug by the composer just to do that because it is such a meme, but it could have totally been by accident and pure coincidence too. Who knows, you know? But this song had a lot of the same percussive stuff going on. It was a lot more subtle about it, but there was definitely different elements going on, like at the end there, where I was pretty sure the prior song had a handpan, this one might be a tongue drum. Maybe it's a little bit of both, it might be blending both, but there were other things in there, like that little sound in there that I'm pretty sure was like a marble or something. It sounded like a tiny piece of metal just like bouncing on a table, and they like recorded that for a sample, which is really cool and one of my favorite things to do and see and hear when I'm listening to anything is like for organic sounds to be used as samples percussively, because the world is full of percussive elements. Rhythm is a part of earth and life. So when you start implementing those in, it starts to get a lot more tactile and even deeper into that percussive energy, and you're just like, oh, what is that? And it kind of wakes your brain up a little bit in different ways, just like the synths were in here too. That feels more like what my brain was trying to make sense of with the last one being kind of mathematical. So maybe there is something to do with that, because technology and math kind of go hand in hand. So when you introduce them both in sound, it's like, there might be more to that. Maybe this person is cold and calculating or something like that, a personality trait of some sort. I've talked about that in many other songs before because it's a very common through line to do. You use something that's like a synth when you want the character to feel otherwise surrounded by organic sounds, to feel more like they're the calculative one, somebody who is mechanically inclined or just theoretically superior to everyone around them, and they want you to know that in their song. So that very well could be, especially since this is a battle song, maybe that's what they're going for here, a debate theme, right? Like they're smarter than you, so you want to put that pressure on by having that sort of element in the song. There's a bunch going on with this, and all of it leading to me thinking that this character, most likely the one who is kind of taking up the screen here, is somebody you're facing and somebody who is like superior to most in a mathematical or technical field of some sort. I don't know if they're actually gods or anything. I don't know how deep that goes in this game. Like I know a little bit of the lore, but I don't know stuff like this. So it makes me wonder how deep they go and if this character is supposed to represent somebody else in our own mythology, or if there is some parallel to that. I'm not sure, but this is a really cool song, and this sound is gorgeous. Like this part of the game, I suppose chapter 5, based on the title of this video, is probably full of stuff like this, and I love this sort of sound because it's always this like really intricate sort of track where you're just like, ooh, how many layers can I peel back and what else can I discover about it? So this one really got me excited, but I also think I've talked about a lot of stuff in this, so I will end it here. Thank you all so very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and you want to request something else from Reverse 1999, by all means, leave in the comments below and I will do my best as always to get to those. Or if you don't want to do any of that and you just want to follow me and support me for more stuff coming in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye!